I gotta get in mode. Okay. It really turned out good, didn't it? You know, I'm kind of happy I didn't paint the brick now. It would pop if the brick was painted, but I mean, I'd almost get thrown in jail for doing it. So we're at my house on Cliff Road. We bought this house about 6 months ago, and it was a disaster. It was a great historic home, but it had never been updated, needed a lot of work. Hadn't been lived in probably 10 years at that point. So we have gone in and redone everything. Took the plaster off the walls, rewired, new plumbing, new heating and air, everything. What you can't do is go into an old house and just replace it with just regular new things. You have to order things that are kind of time period to that house. So we had to kind of try to match the existing windows, try to match the existing brick. A lot of times we'll paint brick, but on a historic house like this, they frown upon that, and I kind of agree with that. We're trying to keep the house kind of with that historic look. When we bought this, bamboo was growing up all over the front yard. It was pretty much a mess. So we came in here and re-landscaped the whole front and back. The back looks great too. Can't wait to show you that. We did keep the existing tile on the front porch, which kind of gives a really cool historic look. One thing that we did, which I think is pretty cool, is we kept the front door. It's a really odd size, 40-inch door. Most doors are 3 foot wide. So I'd love to show you the inside. Okay, I'm gonna go get the key and open it up real quick. All right, guys, here we go.
Okay.
Okay, you can read that?
Yeah, I can read it.
Okay. Oh, dude! Yeah. Play that main part just over and over and over.
Okay.
Can you nail it?
I can nail it.
Okay. Hey, last person that got it wrong, we killed them. I do love the stone we used. It's a marble stone from Maranatha Granite. I think it turned out really nice. Oh, here's a cool thing. And I love the way we kept these old doors, kind of cleaned them up and put a finish on them. Kind of turned out pretty cool. We wanted to keep a few things in the house that were original. So we did keep the pocket doors. We cleaned them up and put a varnish over the top of it. I think they look really nice. A lot of these old houses have these kind of doors, pocket doors. So, you know, it's kind of fitting to keep it. And they're pretty cool. We had another set right here, but we opened this wall up. These pocket doors have been here over 100 years, so I think they, you know, work pretty well. Yeah, so I think what we ended up doing works well. So a lot of times we like to carry our upper cabinets all the way to the ceiling. This house has extremely high ceilings, so it almost felt like it was too much cabinet up there, so we did leave a 10-inch gap at the top of the cabinets, which I think really turned out well. Okay, so when Adam, our cabinet guy, was installing these, we really had a hard time coming up with the right height of the upper cabinets. It was kind of hard to, you know, pick where the backsplash should end. So I'm grateful that Adam had a good idea and a good plan to make these cabinets look great. And I think they look amazing. And this is why it's important to do custom cabinets and have talented people. Because especially in old houses like this where not everything is normal. and straight and level. So with this house, I went to the lighting company and chose some really cool lights. My buyer had a different idea, so I took those lights out and we installed lights that he chose. I think they turned out great as well. Maybe not exactly what I would choose, but I think it turned out well. So in this house, it's got a lot of existing trim that we kept. We actually removed it and put it back on in most places. Because where plaster is behind it, you almost have to get all that plaster off or nothing really matches up. So we did that. We went with just a 1x8 squared off baseboard, and I think it kind of matches what's happening with the house. And so, it really gets tricky with these old houses because you really can't find matching trim. And then, if you try to custom make trim, that gets very expensive. So we have to kind of work with what we have, and we have to try to, match what we can and keep what we can. I will say this, so in this house, the fireplace, the way it was built, it would not work with 2022 code. So we actually had to turn this wood burning fireplace into a gas insert fireplace. As far as the windows, we did go with wood windows. Someone had come in maybe 20 or 30 years ago and put vinyl windows in place, which doesn't really match the house. And with the historic nature of the house, we are not allowed to put vinyl anyway. So we took the vinyl out and we ordered wood windows. And that has been a challenge lately with wood windows. So it took several weeks to get them here. Actually, I think 10 or 12 weeks. But we got them in place and I think they turned out great. We also, since we took the plaster off these walls, we were able to go in and put insulation in the walls, which is what a lot of these old houses don't have. So it should help the new homeowner with his power bill, which is a good thing. In these old houses, it's got 2x4 walls, and then it's got lattice strips on top of that held the plaster. So when you remove the plaster, you also have to take out all of those little strips, which is more difficult, but we were able to do it here. One thing with the hardwood floors is they had been, over the years, had been sanded and refinished many times, so the hardwoods were extremely thin. So we had to pull up all the hardwoods in the house and put new hardwoods down. That was 25 grand just to put new hardwoods in this house because there's a lot of hardwoods here. Let's go upstairs and check it out. Welcome to the master bedroom. We tried to go with one panel doors here, which is what they had installed originally. Trying to use the old doors with the new hardware and hinges is just so difficult, so we just ordered matching doors. One other thing we did, we built a custom master closet, which he has already started moving some things in, but you can check that out. And that's where we took from the master closet to put the laundry room. So this is the laundry room wall right here. And when I bought the house, the master closet was in this room. And then it was just a bigger master bedroom. But it's still a very large master bedroom, so I think it works well. So this was originally the master bath and like a hall closet. So we wanted to make sure that we had a shower and a tub and a double vanity in a house like this. So that's what we came up with. We kind of squeezed it in here, but it worked well, I think. So this is typically what we use in houses now. It's a vessel tub. It's not a two-person tub, but it's really what everybody's asking for nowadays. We did a nice marble in the master. It's a real marble on the floor, walls, and on the bathroom floor here. Yeah, this is not a Carrara marble, but we do use a Carrara marble at times and a Carrara quartz, which is, Carrara is a type of marble, but they have a Carrara quartz that kind of mimics that. This, I'm not sure what kind of marble it was. Rebecca chose it. So it has some grays and some browns, so it kind of blends in well with, I think, everything here. This is a vanity that we ordered online. We usually order 20 plus vanities at a time, and they come in on an 18-wheeler to our shop. So we put them in storage, and we use a lot of vanities in our business. So one thing that we were worried about was this house had double doors going out to the roof of the front porch.
I'm gonna have to talk to the inspector and kind of like ask for forgiveness on a little bit. We're trying to treat these doors like they're windows. You can walk out onto this roof, but there's not gonna be any handrails all the way around it. So we've got to figure out some way for inspection purposes of making these doors to where they don't operate.
I know that that's not code now to not have handrails, so we had to work with the inspector to put locks that required a key to go outside, so that's how we overcame that obstacle. We did that on both doors, so you would have to have a key to get out to the front porch. One reason we upsized the joists is because when this house was built, 2x6s were code, but now it took 2x10s to span this out. And with 2x10s, that's almost what you would need for an actual deck. I think he could make this where he could walk on it if he wanted to. I need to send this to Micah and see if he fixed this. And you know, I would think the blue tape tells us there's a problem with it, but I don't know what the problem is. Why is tape on this? Okay, I like to hide the toilet paper. People leave it out and it kind of looks bad. So yeah, I don't know why the blue tape is there because it's working. Maybe they had to fix something and left the tape on there, but we'll find out soon. Okay, so we've got 3 bedrooms up here, right? 1, 2, and the master. 1 bath plus the master bath. So it's a 3-2. And then this is really my favorite part of the house, is this upstairs room, which really turned out cool. It was just attic space when we bought it, but we made it into living space. And we gave it an extra 1,000 square feet, which is so cool, man. And we gave it 1 more bedroom, 1 more bath. So this turned the house into a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Okay, so we added a bedroom and a bathroom up here. So it made the house a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath. I just love how it really turned out up here. It's kind of a great place for kids to hang out, to have an office, to have a drum room. You know, like I said, this was attic space. Kind of, you know, that's just part of using attic space, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal for everyone, but for an attic space, it's kind of cool. And this is our 4th bedroom. When we bought it, this was kind of a vinyl window that was kind of an odd size. And when you order new windows, you have to meet egress, which gives enough space for emergency people to come in and out of the window in case of fire. So here we made these windows just barely fit for egress. And it's called Casement Windows, and they're supposed to, there we go. They just kind of roll out like that. There we go. That's a lot of times how you can meet egress when you don't have a lot of space for a new window. This was just one big attic space, and in order to get our 4th bedroom, we had to kind of build a wall right here, and that bathroom behind you was an old closet in the attic, and that's where we chose to put the bathroom. So, you know, it's not a big size bathroom for a person like me, but it's great for kids or regular sized people. You know how I was mentioning earlier that these old houses don't have a lot of insulation? You can see in here where we blew insulation. It's kind of, that's really what's usually missing in these old houses. Not very energy efficient. You should look at the backyard. It turned out really good. You see it? This house has 2 sets of stairs, which is common in these older houses. What I call these is Butler Stairs. I think a lot of people will call them pajama stairs. So like, you know, if you're home in your PJs, you can just run up the back stairs. So one thing with offering a pre-sale to a buyer is he asks us if he can move in his shed to the backyard for his yard tools. Pea gravel, he plans on putting a pit out here, a fire pit. We did new privacy fence on the perimeter of the backyard. And one cool thing with this house is you have deeded access to a parking spot. Very few people have driveways in old historic homes like this. The way the new homeowner will probably, where he'll park is probably in the back, through the gate, into his back door. Here's his extra parking spots right here, which is, he can put 2 or 3 cars right there. So here's where the deeded access is to park. So really the property is from back of the parking spot to the road, and the alley is just kind of an easement. So all of this is his property. At the time, I felt like I was overpaying because it needed so much work, but we put 400 grand rehab into it, and the current buyer is paying $950 for it. So I'm real happy with those numbers. I think that he's getting a good deal also. We added a lot of extra room in the house, square footage. We did a lot of extra things to this house, and yeah, I think it's beautiful.
Well worth it.
It's well worth it. It's a bargain. We got to haul ass, y'all.